Welcome to Journal with Me plus your angel messages. We are on day 29 of journaling together every morning. Welcome. And if you are new here, you did not need to be here for the other days. I'm just grateful you're stopping by. We share angel messages, we track them in our book of evidence, Proof Your Angels Are With You. You do not need this journal to do this type of journaling. I just created this custom journal to help people with templates. But if you have your own journal, grab that because I'm going to be sharing some angel messages. We're going to be asking for guidance on actions to take to make the most of the guidance from the angels messages. And we are going to check in with hindsight with the recent angel messages we've gotten, just to give you an idea of how powerful hindsight really is when you track the messages from your angels. So we do this every morning, and we do a pocket affirmation. Yesterday we did two. And so I hope you'll join us for these messages today, and also tracking everything that we are going to track if you had anything else you want to add to it. And I do also want to remind you, I have chosen to extend this challenge one more day to make it a 31-day challenge because December 1st is a new moon. So that will probably be an even longer journal with me session because I'm going to share angel messages for the new moon, but we'll have had this hindsight all the way since November 1st when we started, which was a new moon. So that's going to be really powerful too. Those of you who have been here with me for a while, you've heard me say, I feel like hindsight is one of the most powerful tools for deepening your trust in your connection from the angels, for understanding the way you communicate with your angels. But we have to have something to track it so that our mind doesn't talk us out of it, or we don't forget, or we don't miss something, right? Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Jenny from Wisconsin. Great seeing you here. So yes, everybody, if you'd like to let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing all the different places. We were doing gratitude yesterday. We were doing a little extra gratitude because it was Thanksgiving here in the US. And I was just saying how grateful I am that I can connect with all of you this way and that we can talk about these things together and form our own community because, even 10, 12 years ago, it was still quite taboo to talk about these things openly. Now we've got so many people talking about it on all types of platforms. And there's so much out there. It can almost be overwhelming too, but you do need a group of people to connect with. So yes, and thank you so much for hitting that like button and sharing this video with anybody. Hit subscribe if you haven't. That is really helpful to push this video out into the algorithm and share it with others. So I really appreciate it. And so let's get started here. I love to do the pocket affirmation with the second card like we've been doing lately. So we'll do that, but let's pull the first card here. And yeah, let me know how all of you are doing. How were your dreams last night? I did have some very, very vivid dreams right before I woke up this morning, but I'm going to have to journal to see if there's any kind of real theme to them. They were so funny. One of the dreams I had, our cats were enjoying the pool. They were jumping in and swimming around and hanging out in the hot tub. It was very, very wild. And we were just amazed that they decided they liked hanging out in the pool and the hot tub. So I'm going to have to write that down. Can you imagine the title? What's the title for that dream? Cats hanging out in the hot tub. In case you're new, I encourage you to give your dreams a title to make it easy to recall the memories or to do hindsight. When you do go back and have your, and put your dreams in your intuition tracker, and then when you go back and scan for them, when you have titles, it's really helpful, right? So yeah, that one's definitely going in my dream tracker, even though I have no idea how there was any necessarily a meaning behind that. Because actually a couple of the cats in the dream, they were our family's cats in the dream, but we have not had those cats as our family cat before. So I thought that was funny too. It's like our cats from another realm or something. All right, so as always, I go to the first blank spot in my journal and I write the date, because we're kind of putting evidence throughout this journal in different locations, and we want to be able to come back and find things and also read things chronologically. So as always, I start with thank you, God, for today, and I abbreviate it. So we start with gratitude. And then I always tell my team, morning angels and guides. That way I'm being very intentional about who we're connecting with. I do always say a prayer protection before we get started here. So I'm very intentional that we are only connecting with God's highest vibrational beings. And then we can start going into our cards. So we are doing recent past, as in yesterday or the last couple of days. Then the second card will be right now at the time you're hearing these messages. And the third card will be the near future. Then we'll pull two more for action cards. What actions do we take, right? And also that brings in the clarity. And that's what I was saying earlier. We definitely will do a bigger card spread for the new moon. I'll probably do my Celtic cross that I love so much on the new moon. So definitely lots of messages there for you. I hope you can join. And don't forget that I do have my freebies linked below. My free Mercury retrograde angel card spread, my free new moon spread, which you might want to grab too, and of course the full moon one, and my prayer protection. I had another 444 yesterday. I showed you guys this 2 days in a row because I encourage you to do the same thing. I do the same thing I encourage you to do is another, it's not showing up, but you see I took a screenshot. Another 444 with my prayer protection popped up on there. It was just sitting next to us on the coffee table and I glanced over. I was like, that's 2 days in a row. I love it. Yeah, so that prayer protection, I have 3 wallpapers for your phone. You can choose one, or switch them out if you like, or you can just have it handy. Some people print them out and put them in the front of their journal, so they always have them. But it is always fun to see the angel numbers with it. It's kind of like a little reminder. So our first card for today, the recent past, is 4 of Earth. Interesting card for this energy here. Now this is the recent past, okay? This would be the 4 of Pentacles in the tarot deck. But this is the Angel Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. One of my favorites. It says, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to the less fortunate. So this card right here is a need to move out of an energy of feeling stuck, especially financially or with material resources, not knowing where to invest. So think back over the last few days. Have you had any concerns over your material resources pop up? Have you chosen not to spend money on something recently, or realized, all right, you know what, this isn't worth the money anymore. We're not going to do this anymore. Or have you even realized, you know what, I really need to take this up a notch. If I'm really going to get out there with my business or get out there with my creative projects, or I'm really going to get the traveling done I want to get done next year, I need to invest. I need to set aside money. I need to do those things. So again, this is the recent past. But this is that reminder that we do have help with these things available to us. So this being trapped by that is an illusion. We want to focus on the resources we do have and make the most of those to move out of this feeling of being stuck. So this is actually a really positive card to have in the recent past. What I'm feeling from this is we are being applauded for recognizing we were having anxiety over something like this, and it was time to move out of that energy. We did have this card a few days ago, and I think at this time of year, a lot of us are thinking about these kinds of things. We're now fully in the middle of holiday season where there's gift giving and parties and spending and travel, right? Plus, you're probably looking at your budget for next year and how you're going to be able to use resources wisely. So they're commending you. You're being commended for not letting it take up all your head space. Okay. And if you're still feeling that, we're going to have more guidance. But I really, really like this card in the past here. It's just that reminder to go to that 30,000 foot perspective that the angels have when you catch yourself worrying about material resources. So hopefully that's helpful. All right. And then as always, we go to check in with our routine to make sure we're taking care of ourselves and not staying so ethereal all day that we forget to take care of our physical body or our physical needs. I do see that a lot with new light workers. They are so entranced by the amazing world of being connected to their spiritual team on such a deep level that they don't always take care of their physical world or other things that need to be taken. So this is a way to make sure you're staying grounded, you're not ignoring reality, and you can track whatever you want. But I did get my workout in, even though it was Thanksgiving. How was everybody's Thanksgiving that celebrated yesterday? I hope it was wonderful. And I did get all my supplements in. But I did go to bed late, like the night before. So I did not mess with putting on the castor oil or anything. But that's okay. It's the holidays. We can give ourselves grace for things that we don't always get done. And I am grateful that it was a very joyful, peaceful holiday. So I'm going to report my mood as joyful, which, it's fun to see that with the Scorpio moon, it was joyful because sometimes that Scorpio energy will surprise you. But luckily I was able to use it in a really positive way. By the time we connect tomorrow, the moon will have gone into Sagittarius, which is where the new moon will be. But I'm just going to go ahead and write this little glyph here so that I remember that the moon will still be in Scorpio all day today. And then tomorrow will be in Sagittarius. But the new moon apex is just after, at like 12:30 in the morning or something on Sunday. So we will be past the apex of the new moon. But that's okay. We're well within the energy now, and we're well within the energy by the time we connect on Sunday to do a bigger, deeper reading. So go ahead and start thinking about those seeds you want to plant, because maybe you did start thinking about that yesterday and it brought up this fear around resources. And that's another thing that we want to keep in mind too, is that you realize you do want to start a business or you do want to take a creative project to a new level, and it was going to require some changes to the way you use your resources, but just rising above that and trusting that it will come to you with the intentions and the asking and the trusting that you are in divine flow. Speaking of divine flow, we do have a Wednesday live coming up about staying in divine flow for the holidays. So I hope you'll join me on Wednesday for my Wednesday lives, where we always have a spiritual topic. And then we had the one this past Friday about facing family after your spiritual awakening, if you missed that. So we're just kind of letting the topics guide us based on what we're all working with this energy. Okay, so let's move on to our next card. And did I even write it down? I did, but I didn't write down kind of the meaning here. I really feel, I just feel like even though the words on this card were talking about, either spending too much or not being willing to invest, I really feel like this is more about, when I look at this card and I feel the energy right now, this is more about rising out of that and not allowing us to get stuck in that worry. So I'm just going to write mindset. That'll help me remember for when we go back. Because, you could pull the 4 of Earth 10 times in a row, and it can mean 10 different things. That's what's so fascinating about, checking in with the messages. And it is important to allow that guidance to come through in different ways and to be open to the different meanings there. And that's why this is a practice. That's why we do this every day, because you have to notice what comes up for you. What's the first thing you think of when you think about fear over resources, or fear of investing, right? So let's pull our second card so we can have our pocket affirmation for today. And our second card is 8 of Earth, another Earth card. But this is amazing because it's saying skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. Well, I know exactly what this means for me, and I'll share with you in a moment, but I want you to see, where does that hit you? This is the present energy right now. Right now, when you're looking at this card, what comes up for you about skilled work and, investing. Again, this is another investment, but they're talking about investing in your skills, investing in knowledge. So I love this card for right now. Doing your research, right? Returning to school. And that's that Mercury retrograde energy we keep talking about. Everything with REs. Let's use that to bring in rewards. RE again. And it says rewarded right there. And for me, I'll share with you, I am taking a 21-day challenge starting December 1st to get better with creating my social media, specifically short form content. And so that's me returning to school. I think I shared with you when I think it was 2022. Yeah. During a Mercury retrograde, I took a 2-week intensive for improv online with United Citizens Brigade. It was so much fun. But that was me having to return to school, and I was like the oldest one by 15 years in there. They were all young, up and coming, like actors or comedians in this improv class. And here's me, however old I was at that point, going, yeah, I'm going to learn. I'm going to take a new approach to working on my speaking skills here. So I'm going to be taking a new approach to learning short form content with this challenge I'm doing. And it's going to be fun because, I've created content for years online, but this is going to be a new way of doing it. It's going to be a challenge, and I'm going to be learning new techniques, and I'm going to be, having to check off boxes and get things done. So I'm a little bit, I have felt a little anxious. That's this energy about my time and resources. Like, okay, do I have time to do a 21-day challenge in the middle of all my kids' activities, getting ready for Christmas, and then our daily work that we all do here? But so write down whatever comes up for you. But I love this card for right now. 8 of Earth. And I'm just going to say learning. Learning is the word that really stands out for me. Maybe looking into some online courses you might want to start in 2025. I know a lot of different online programs out there will start at the beginning of the year. So maybe it's time to do the research on those and see what's going to work for you. Where can you take your skills to the next level? That kind of naturally has happened for me a lot in the past, where I remember I started taking my first Reiki classes when I was getting my Reiki master certification in the new year. And by the end of that spring, I was certified, but it was kind of something that just fell into my lap. I kept being told by the angels to do it, but I never made any effort until my friend called me up and said, I'm taking this class. Do you want to take it with me? And I was like, wow. Everyone, the angels got so in my face, they just had somebody do the research for me and invite me. So those kinds of things, pay attention to right now. Anything that comes across your pathway. I don't know if I shared this with you, but another thing I've been returning to, I think I did share this yesterday. I've been returning to understanding Vedic astrology as well, so I can compare it with the tropical and have added skills to my knowledge around astrology. And so that's another thing I've returned to with this RE. All right, so that was our second card. So we need to do our pocket affirmation. I am open to learning new things. I am open to learning new things. So we're in here learning new things. Soul Sister's here. Good morning, Kristen. I was thinking about you yesterday. I meant to message you and say happy Thanksgiving. The day just got away from us. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. Miss you, girl. We were just doing our pocket affirmation. I am open to learning new things. And we've been talking about how this energy right now is really good for going back to school or learning something new. So just a great energy for the time being. And then we're going to pull our third card and we'll tie all this together with guidance around what actions to take to pull all of this together. Good morning, Angie. Yes, happy Friday. That's right, it is Friday. Kristen said, yes, such a fast day. Well, I hope it was wonderful for you. It does feel like everything is just moving so quickly, especially when our first card was talking about resources. It's like time is money a lot of times, right? It translates into that. It's like it's flying by. Thank you for putting that in the comments below. I love it. Yes, I am open to learning new things. I didn't even write new in there. I just realized. All right, so let's pull up our near future card before we ask for what actions to take. This is going to be either later today or within the next couple of days that this guidance is around. And we have this beautiful Empress energy here. Archangel Gabriel. I did a live on Archangel Gabriel a couple weeks ago. If you missed it, I believe it was 5 reasons to, was it 5 or 7? I think it was 5 that time. 5 reasons to call on Archangel Gabriel. Of course, there's a bunch of reasons too. That was the title. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. What a perfect card for this new moon energy we are already feeling right now. And go ahead and allow more time for daydreaming today. That was some of the guidance we got yesterday, which we will check in with hindsight as well. But the guidance was to daydream when you can, so that we can be prepared to set intentions for this new moon. And we're going to use hindsight by looking back all the way to November 1st, where we started this journaling challenge with the new moon energy there, and just glancing over this past month, right? Think about that today. What did you accomplish? What did you realize? And what did you release? It's 8:22 my time, angel number there. But what did you release over this past month? Or what did you realize, RE, is not worth it anymore? Because that's what I'm feeling for this new moon energy coming up, is even though a new moon is usually when you are setting intentions and planting seeds, you might realize, that's that RE again, there's something you've been really fighting for that isn't really worth it anymore. You're not really into it. It's not worth the effort. It's not worth the resources. You could be putting those resources into something else, getting your skills and knowledge to a new level so you can really shine and step into this amazing Empress energy, which is again the near future. So I love this. We had such an amazing reading yesterday. And don't worry, we're going to get to your actions in just a moment. But we had such an amazing reading yesterday. And this is continuing that, cautioning us that we stay focused on where we're headed. We keep adding to our skill levels, right? Learning things, learning about technology, learning about new spiritual tools, learning about your own spiritual team, learning about ways you can heal things within, right? This is another great energy for doing some extra healing on ourselves and forgiving ourselves for the past. Hi, Diana. I'm glad you made it too. Oh, 7:22 your time. All right, so you're on Mountain Time then. Good morning. Thank you for writing that. Thank you, Angie. All right, so we're going to pull all this together with the action cards, and then we're going to check in. Let's go ahead and check in first with the hindsight. We had that amazing 10 of Cups energy as the present energy yesterday, which was beautiful for those of us in Thanksgiving who were celebrating Thanksgiving. But the first card we had, which was the recent past yesterday, was the Justice card. And I remember the guidance we got was around, something that you did choose to release or walk away from, you getting that recognition that that was the right path. That was the right path to release something. This could have been a relationship. It could have been a project you've decided is just not going the way you want. Collaboration. It could have been a job. It could have been anything that's just no longer serving you. And we were having that guidance that you did what was right. You stood up for your beliefs. And then the present energy from yesterday was that 10 of Cups. So beautiful for being with family or friends or loved ones and just really embracing that energy of contentment. And then we had the near future card, which would be right now, right? At the time we're watching this video, the Knight of Air. Review your options, creative solutions. Okay, so that's again encouraging you not to get stuck in a mindset that you're lacking resources, but instead review your options. So this is how hindsight is so powerful. And of course, we will get those action cards, but I did want to check in with one more action from yesterday, which was don't underestimate yourself. We had that amazing, powerful Queen of Fire cards, which is also this powerful Empress energy here. So we have to have confidence in ourselves. We have to believe we really can achieve what our heart wants with the right intention and just keep going. So that's what I'm really getting, is that Queen of Wands card was saying you can learn the skills necessary to go to the next level with something. And so if you're catching yourself saying, oh, I'm too old to go back to school, or I don't have the time for that, or I don't have the resources, you're being asked to get out of that mindset right now. Flip that script. You have this Empress energy waiting for you to sit at your throne, take your seat at the throne as this powerful, amazing, intuitive, these spiritual gifts you came to share with the world. It is so powerful. So let's ask the angels for guidance on what actions to take. And these will also serve as clarity for for those of you who might still be wondering, all right, where am I supposed to be adding new skill levels, or where do I need to change my mindset? Right? We'll get some clarity. I'm just going to record this third card quickly though, so I don't forget. We had the Four of Earth, the Eight of Earth, and now this near future card is the Empress. And it's really that give birth to your dreams that stands out, because it's talking about this new moon energy, right? So a lot of times giving birth to your dreams first requires getting those skills, getting that information. That was another piece of guidance we had yesterday, is if you haven't been able to make a decision about something, you need more information. That's the reason you haven't been able to make the decision. So do your research, do your homework, right? All right. So the angels, what is the first action to take today to really make the most of this energy? And it is the Seven of Water, Seven of Cups. Wow. Does this not talk about the Knight that we had yesterday? We had the Knight of Air saying, review your options carefully. This card is a card of options, right? You've got 7 cups to choose from. Which one do you choose? It's a complex decision, the need to do more research, stop procrastinating. I literally had just said, if you don't know what decision to make, you need more information, and this is validating that. So before you rush out and take advantage of a Black Friday sale, right? Do your homework, do your research, but you do ultimately need to make a choice, right? So it's saying stop procrastinating. No, you may not know exactly what you're going to get. Do the best that you can. Get the information that you can, but review your options carefully. So this is just perfection when it comes to guidance around how to make the most of this energy. So let's write that down, and then we will pull another card and pull it all together. So I'm going to write stop procrastinating as the thing that's really popping out for me here with this amazing energy for doing research right now, right? You might even want to grab that Mercury retrograde spread that's totally free below. And if you've already done it, do it again, or that might help you with reviewing your options, right? Greetings, Kiki Law. Thank you for being here. You love the Empress card. Good, Diana. I love it too. Yes, it's a beautiful energy. So let's ask, what is another action to take to pull all of this together to make the most out of this energy today? We have another 8 card. Wow, 8 of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. All right, so of course, the first image that flooded through my mind are the hectic crowds that go out on Black Friday sales, right? Here in the US, it's Black Friday where there's supposed to be these amazing discounts. And it's like, are they really? Are they really? Maybe they are, but do your research, right? I remember as a kid, my parents talking to me about, being careful not to purchase something just because it's on sale, right? And we all know that now as adults, but it was kind of a hard thing. Something I even try to tell my daughters. It's like, but did you need that before you knew it was on sale? Did you really? So yeah, I'm really getting with this energy that we're being asked again to do our homework before we invest, right? But go ahead and, learn everything you can so you'll know what the best decision is for you, so you can finally stop procrastinating and do the choices that are best for you. So I love this card as a card of action today. Things are moving quickly, but remember, there's a lot of moving parts to this, right? There's a lot of things happening at the same time. So when we take our time to review our options, that can help us really avoid investing in the wrong thing or overcommitting. That's another piece of guidance I'm hearing right now. We want to make sure we don't overcommit our energy or our time today or over the next few days, right? Because we want to have that time to do the inner work. We want to have that time to do the research or to add to our skill levels. So if people are calling you up, inviting you to do things, before you respond, pause, take some deep breaths and ask your heart, is that really what you want to be doing? Or are you just doing it to go with the flow? And maybe there's another way to approach that so that you're not overcommitting. Right? So this is really, really fantastic energy here. I want you to, again, take a lot of time today to daydream, right? I will be here tomorrow and again on Sunday for the new moon reading. And now it's 8:33 my time. So a great time to wrap things up. Just take that time to daydream today. Do the research today. Daydream. Let your mind wander. Thank you all for being here. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.